All right, Generation Wealth Investment Club. Listen, is Costco a good buy? Costco just reported last night, huge drop down today. In fact, about 10%. Is this a good buying opportunity or should we be waiting? Check this out. Let's dive in here. Okay, so I've got the Costco chart here right in front of me. Here's where we are today. Now, we are like, listen, for Costco, we're a $900 stock. At our all-time high, we were a $1,000 stock. I hope Costco has a stock split coming at some point because it is dollar-wise, price to entry can feel a little expensive. Now, value-wise, great value. Earnings came in. They're growing. They're doing well. They didn't beat perfectly. They didn't do a perfect beat, revenue beat, but not an earnings beat here, which is what's dropping them down. And then some forward guidance here. But overall, this is one of the best companies to own in the world, in my opinion. These guys, TJX and Amazon, they've got the recession play. People will flock to them in a recession. They've got the non-recession play, meaning when we're in good times, people are going to buy from them. They've got the next generation buying into them. These guys have a lot of growth in front of them here. Great dividend payer, special dividend payer. There's lots of reasons to like Costco. Okay, so remember, there's three things we do when we look at a company and we make a decision to buy. Number one is technical. Technically, how is the company performing? If the company's horrible technically, we don't look at anything else. That's where we stop because we don't want to buy in this service bad companies. We don't want to buy necessarily value stocks or value traps. We want to buy good category king companies that will continue to give us good growth long term. Now they may pull back, right? But they'll give us good growth long term. So that's the first thing. If technicals aren't good, we generally don't buy. Now, if you want to do a spec or whatever, then that's totally up to you. But we look at technicals. Next up, we look at the chart. Sorry, I said technicals first. I meant fundamentals. We look at the fundamentals first. And if fundamentally it's not working, we don't move forward. But fundamentally it looks good. It looks like a category king. We move to the technicals, which is the chart. Okay? And technicals just tell us where we are. Are we in a general area? And I'm just going to pull this off for a sec. Are we in a general area where we can see a turnaround, where we could see a bounce? And that's what the technicals show us, right? And so historically, like many other stocks, Costco doesn't hit this green line very often, this dotted 34 week moving average. Now it hit it down here and it hit over here as we were crossing over from the 2022 pullback there. But you can see in the last 2 years, it's rarely hit the zone. Most of the times it hits the blue line, which is our 12-week moving average. It hits that and bounces up, hits that. So this is the first time in a long time we've had a really good opportunity where it's almost, it almost touched it. Let's just zoom in here. Maybe it touched. Man, it got so close. Look how close. It got so close to touching it. And who knows? It may come down and touch it. It may come down some more coming to next week and next month. Who knows? But I know long term, we're in a good, this is potentially a good opportunity, just technically speaking, because we're at the dotted 34. Okay. The next thing I want to look at here is, let's just take a look how much since our all-time high we've pulled back as of right now 11.36% today. This is today, okay? As I'm recording this now, if we go back to the bottom, we had a 12% pullback since our all-time high, and let's see here, we opened there. 10% of that was today alone. But since our all-time high back a couple weeks ago, we are down 12%. So the question that's in my mind is, should we buy? Should we wait? Should we hold? Technically, I think we're in a good spot. Fundamentally, we got a good company. Now, the third thing we do is we look at sentiment, and obviously sentiment is down. The chart is showing us what sentiment is right now, and sentiment is down because of, honestly, probably future guidance is maybe a little lower than they want. Who knows? But short-term sentiment can lead to long-term gains. What I really want to get an idea of is in these bigger pullback zones like 2022, 2020, 2018, 2008, and 2000 if Costco was on here all the way back then, how much did we pull back in those big recessionary pullbacks? So the first recessionary pullback we have here is really 2022. I mean, we've had some little pullbacks since then, but 2022 was really, more of a recessionary style pullback that lasted roughly about 10 months, give or take, depending on what stock you looked at. And top to bottom, Okay, so top being, um, I guess, roughly spring, April of 2022, all the way to the bottom, which is roughly, that's crazy. Their bottom was really fast here. All right, but the bottom of which was only May of 2022, because the recession really didn't turn around until about October, right about here. But Costco hit a big low way before over there, so I'm going to count this low here, and I won't count that low right there. They had a 32% pullback. Let's call it 33%. So today, in one day alone, they've done a third of what they did during a recessionary pullback in 2022. Wow, that's huge. Okay, let's move down here. Let's go to that COVID crash that we had. I think that was roughly about right here. That good old COVID crash. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's right here. Top to bottom, COVID crash. They had a 18% pullback during COVID. That big crash we had that lasted like 6 weeks in the market. That didn't last long at all. Okay, awesome. So 18% today. We're at 11. Like, okay, this is looking like a good deal to me. Let me go to 2018 because that was another time where Costco did pull back. We hit that 34. We actually went well below it. I guarantee you we went to the 50. Let me just check here. I'll put the 50 on. Oh, we broke the 50. Went down to the 100. The orange line is our 100-day moving average. So we went down to the 100 and then broke back up. I'll just go ahead and hide that again for now. This pullback in 2018 was 21%. So again, 2018, which was more of a major pullback than we're having right now, Costco gave us a 21% pullback. Today alone, Costco has given us, or since our all-time high a couple of weeks ago, Costco has given us a 12% pullback. Today being a 10% pullback. I think I'm starting to like this. Let's go back to 2008. That was the next big one here. Let's just take a look at what Costco did in 2008, because that was a big recessionary pullback. So let's just take a look. There's the top, roughly about 2000, top of 2007-ish to bottom, a 48% pullback. Okay, that was a little bit bigger. That was an overall market pullback, 48%. So today, roughly 20%-ish of what they pulled back in 2008. And let's just go to 2001 if we can. Yeah, we can. Boom, there it is. There's the top. Right there, and there's our bottom right there. Holy cow, that happened fast. A 56% pullback, or call it a 50% pullback from our .com kind of crash, 2000. Now, it did last longer. We recovered and we came down. In fact, let me just make sure I'm measuring this fully here, because we went up and down, and really we started to turn around right about there. About a 56% pullback from top to bottom. And then we started to recover from there. So given the pullbacks we've had in the past, so over the last 25 years, 2000, 2008, and we've had a couple small ones, but then 2018 was probably a little bit bigger, 2020 and 2022. We've had 5 major pullbacks in the last 25 years, giving us anywhere from 20 to 50% pullback depending on the economy and the recession we were in. Today, Costco is down. I'm just going to take these out here. Today, Costco is down from its all-time high. Let's pull you out. Come on. 12%. Yeah, I would say this might be a buying opportunity, being down 12%, considering over the last 25 years we've had these huge pullbacks. And Costco today alone has given us anywhere from 20 to 50% of what previous pullbacks have been. Yeah, I'm going to be adding a couple shares to this pullback. I like it. It's a good company, decent report, great grower, great recessionary play, awesome play for when times are good as well. Awesome play for the upcoming generation. These guys are rock stars, category kings, and I will personally be buying some more. Hey, hopefully you'll be able to add a couple shares to your portfolio as well. I like this. Thank you, Costco, for pulling back. This is great. Awesome, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.